Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. I would love if you subscribed and liked my video and followed me on Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat. I'm really just trying to get my numbers up as high as possible because I have rent due in 5 days. So today I'm going to be telling you the story about why I very recently had to catch an emergency flight home from my vacation, which I took in Michigan. Also, be sure you stick until the end of this video because what happened at the airport is fucking unreal. So in June, I went to Rothbury, Michigan for the Electric Forest Music Festival. These two coworkers I found out that they were going. I would bring it up around them about how I wanted to go, and they never really formally invited me. I feel like most of it, and the reason I ended up being able to go on this trip is because I talked about it so much, and I feel like maybe I pressured them into it a little bit. And I remember talking to Leighton about it one night on the phone, and this is just foreshadowing to this whole fucking event, but he was like, don't you want to wait and just go with me or some friends that you actually know a little bit better and would be more comfortable around? I get what you're saying, but I really, really want to go, and I just am so hard-headed. So I was just I have to take this chance. I have to take advantage of this opportunity and go. Now, I'm friends with these people, but I use that term very lightly. I don't know a lot about them. They don't know a lot about me. They don't know, my trans struggles, I guess. They don't understand that, and they're not, good enough friends of mine for me to even want to explain it to them, and I don't even know if they would understand if I tried to, which is just me being so honest. But it's just I didn't think that was an issue because I was just we're just going on vacation, this is just a music festival, I just want to go and get fucked up and have a good time and just forget about everything for 4 days. That was absolutely a horrible mindset to be in, and you will find out why. So, we end up driving. It's about a 16-hour drive, which really turned into an 18-hour drive because I constantly have to stop to get snacks. We get to the festival, finally. Everyone's super cranky. Everyone's getting a little irritated, and everyone's kind of bickering, and I'm just kind of sitting there shouldn't we be grateful? We just drove 18 hours across the country and we finally made it to where we need to be. Let's just have fun. Electric Forest is a camping festival, which means you camp outside of the festival grounds. As soon as we get to the campgrounds and make it past security, we start setting up our tents and all of our camping supplies and shit. Flash forward to 4 o'clock that morning. I'm woken up by water just falling on me. Now, the tent I was in didn't have a top covering, and I didn't check the weather, and it was supposed to rain for the first 2 days nonstop. I noticed out of my tent screen, I could see the car that we rode in. It was obviously parked right in front of the tents because you park and then you unload and set up everything behind your car. So I see the lights through the little screen and I'm like, are they in the car? These friends left me in the tent while it was raining while they all got in the car to go to sleep. I'm not a heavy sleeper, especially when I'm in an environment that I'm not familiar with. If they would have tried to wake me up, I would have woken up. So that's immediately the first thing that rubbed me the wrong way. The wrong way. English. Our campsite is destroyed. My air mattress is flooded. Everyone's air mattresses are flooded. The tents are fucked up. My hair's a mess. I'm clockable as hell. I had to go into the porta potty to shave my face, and I've just had a fucking enough. We end up getting a hotel in the area, and it was not nice. The festival starts at 3 o'clock. So we all get to the hotel around 12, take a nap, get ready. I'm feeling great. I look fucking dope. My outfit's cute. My hair's cute. I've got glitter highlight all over my face. I never got to take any pictures of this, by the way, and I'm so regretful of it. So So this is where everything starts to pop off. We eventually drive back to the festival and we park back by our campsite and then walk to the entrance. Just a preface to all of this, I have extremely bad social anxiety. I try to avoid places like grocery stores and malls, etc., because people always stare at me because either they're clocking me or I'm tall or whatever. It just makes me very anxious. I feel like there are eyes on me at all times. Sometimes I can like hear people talking about me and I turn around and they're actually not talking about me at all. I think that's schizophrenia. I might need to go to a doctor. I'm not sure. But I just get really, really bad in big groups. And I never really thought about it being an issue just because I was so excited to like go to the festival and I thought like I would be with my friends and like I wouldn't care about anything. And it's a music festival. Everyone's supposed to be fucked up and accepting and happy. And that's how I remembered it when I went to my first one, Buku in New Orleans. But I guess it's different when you're like a gay guy because I feel like it's so like trendy to be like accepting, and it was like still a few years ago. And now that I'm a trans girl, it's just like no one's like ready to accept that yet. So they're like, oh, we love the gays, we love the bis, but trans people, ooh, that's the new thing that we want to hate on. That's just how I feel like it is right now. Immediately when I go into the festival, it's so hot, so I'm sweating. My makeup is like running. I'm constantly having to wipe my face. I had to put my hair up, and if you know me, you know I pretty much don't like putting my hair up because I feel like it just gives me away in like 5 seconds. I have a really big forehead, and I just have really like big facial features, so once I put my hair up, that's game over. Everyone knows. So I'm starting to freak out. The night goes on. I'm trying to party. I'm trying to have fun, but I just wasn't on that level. I was just starting to feel really scared. I was just had this overwhelming feeling of like, I'm in Michigan. I don't have my car. I'm with people who don't know me that well. I don't feel safe. There's literally 49,000 other people around me and they're all staring at me. I would just be walking around, and I mean, people stare at me all the time. That's like whatever. But people would literally look at me and then like look at their friend and like start whispering about me and just keep looking at me. I'm like, what the actual fuck is going on? Like, I thought living in Louisiana was bad because it's like the dirty South and like Bible Belt and all that shit. But like, it's really true when they say people down South are actually a lot more courteous than people up north. Like, people down here honestly rarely talk shit about me in front of my face, but these people did not give a fuck. I was feeling so overwhelmed. And when I get like that, I just shut down. Like, if I'm in a big social setting and people are staring at me and talking about me, and I'm not with my boyfriend or like my family, like people who make me feel really safe and loved and like fuck the rest, like I don't care. And that kind of situation, it was so scary. I literally still have like PTSD about this whole situation, and I have literal goosebumps right now because I'm like getting so panicky. Fuck. The night comes, one of my friends, she's not feeling good, so she wants to go back to the hotel, and it's like 10 o'clock, and I'm like, look, I'll go with you, I'm ready to fucking go. The whole time we're walking back to the campsite to get the car, people are talking mad shit about me. I don't even want to say the things they were saying because it's just a pride thing. Like, it would embarrass me so much to tell you. I didn't even tell Leighton. Leighton's like I called him when we got back to the hotel and I was telling him everything that happened and how people were being mean, and he's like, what are people saying? Like, tell me what people are saying. And I just like couldn't say it. Like, the things people say to me are honestly so fucked up, and I saved so much money to go on this trip. The ticket was like $450 for the event, plus every fucking thing else. I was so excited, and honestly, I feel like such a pussy for letting these people that I don't even know, and they don't even know me, ruin my fucking trip. But honestly, it was just way too fucking much. So I call Leighton, I'm telling him everything that happened. He's like trying to calm me down. The second day of the festival, I stay at the hotel. I tell everyone that I'm sick, even though I'm not. I'm just sick to my stomach mentally because I'm so traumatized. The night before, when all of this was going on, my friends would notice. Like, they could hear people talking about me. These are like cis, hetero, white people. Like, they have no idea of what it's like to be ridiculed over something that they can't control. They have no idea what it's like to be stared at. So it was making them uncomfortable. It was making me uncomfortable. I didn't feel safe at all. So like I was trying to say, the second day, I stayed at the hotel because I said that I was sick. and I'm like calling Leighton all day. We're like talking. I'm just bawling my eyes out. I just don't know what to do. I cannot stop crying. I call my mom, and I was originally just gonna like vent to her, which is what I started to do. And then as soon as I heard her voice, I just started crying because it just like hit me like I'm so far away from home. I just want to go back home and be with my family and my boyfriend and just like I don't want to be here. All I hear my mom say is like to my dad, how can we get her home? Like, we need to fly her home right now. So luckily my dad travels a lot for business, and he was able to get me a free flight home from Michigan with all of his reward points and stuff. They really saved me. Mom and Dad, if you're watching this, thank you so much. I literally thank them like 3 times a week now. I'm like, hey, remember when you like saved me from the fucking devil forest? I will just Uber to the airport. The airport ended up being like an hour away. I'm like, it's fine, like I can afford the Uber at least. So I go into my Uber app, not sponsored by the way, but I do have an Uber affiliate code now, so I'll put that in the description. If you use it, you get your first ride free, and I also get credit for my Uber account, and I crashed my car, so I've been using Uber constantly. So if you want to help me save money, link in the bio. I go to my Uber app, and it's like, there are no drivers in your area because this festival is in the middle of fucking nowhere. So I call my dad, I'm panicking. I'm like, you just got the ticket, but I have no way to get to the airport. He's like, you know, there are like taxis, right? And I was like, what do you mean? Like, we're not in New York City. We're not in Los Angeles. Like, how am I gonna hail a taxi? He's like, Victoria, you just call one. And I was like, oh. So I get in this guy's taxi. He finally shows up, and the first 5 minutes involved him telling me that he was a felon. I was so scared. He was so not sober, driving so fast. I kept checking my phone. I was like pulling up the airport and making sure that we kept getting closer. I was so scared I was gonna look and see that we were getting farther away and he would like try to kidnap me or some shit. I literally texted Leighton. He was working overnight at the time. I text him, I'm like, look, I have 45 minutes left in this car ride. I'm about to call you. Do not hang up the fucking phone. And he's like, what the fuck is going on? He's on the phone with me the remainder of this 45-minute trip. The guy is like trying to talk to me while I'm on the phone. I'm like, excuse me, sir. I'm talking to my boyfriend. And he would just like make like a face like, God forbid I don't want to talk to your fucking methed out ass. So eventually I make it to the airport. As soon as I get out of the car, I start crying because I'm so overwhelmed. This has been the worst 2 days of my life. I thought I was literally about to get killed, guys. Like, the way this taxi driver was looking at me was so scary. I would just be sitting in the front seat and he would just keep doing like this. Like, he would just keep like looking at me. Here is the kicker. I go through airport security in Michigan. And you know, I don't know if you've ever been to an airport, but if you haven't, you basically stand in this like cylinder tube and you put your hands up like this and then you spread your legs out and it does like a full body scan of you so it can like detect anything that you might have under your clothes. I step out and just sirens, just like red, like flashing sirens. So I'm like, all I hear is, we need a female pat down. We need a female pat down immediately. I'm like, at least they gendered me, right? Because no one else in this fucking city has. I go to look at the screen and it's like a picture of my body and the red X is right by my pussy bitch. These 2 TSA officers take me into this private room. Apparently they didn't think that I was trans, so they thought I was carrying something between my legs. And it took everything in me to just be like, look, I'm so tired. I promise it's just my dick. Like, can we just please move on? She patted me down. She literally touched my cat, all patting on my cat in between my thighs, on my cooter. And she just kind of like realized and like everything clicked in her brain. And she was just like, oh. TSA thought my dick was a gun. It's literally like an inch long. Like, I don't understand how it would fucking bring out the fire alarm and the fucking... So yes, obviously I did make it home. I caught a connecting flight in Atlanta and then flew back into Baton Rouge. I hope you learned something from the story time. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was entertaining. I love making them. So if you did like it, give it a thumbs up, let me know, and I'll definitely make more story times in the future. Like I said, all my socials are in the description, you already know, and I'll see you guys pretty soon. Bye.